Blade Honda Swindon. CBR650. This is going to be fun. It's got to be the best. Let's get on the way. We'll talk about this in a minute. Okay. Now, crikey. Right, I've got a 30-inch inside leg, and my feet are flat on the floor. There's not many bikes these days I can actually get my feet flat on the floor. So as usual then, I've got to escape the town first. So bear with me while we negotiate. It feels just so light. I've done it again. I've set off without adjusting the mirrors. So this is the beautiful thing about motorbikes. Good man. Nice and slim. CBR650. Motor's really smooth. No surging. Perfect for squeezing through traffic. Okay, yes, so sports pack. Okay, tinted screen, tank pad, seat hump, and quick shifter. You've got to have the quick shifter. Every bike needs a quick shifter these days. But altogether, 620 quid. Being a man of mature years that I am, I've been lucky enough to ride every CBR 600 since the 80s. And I've ridden them all over the years. You know, from the old jelly mould in the late 80s. You know, I used to race one. I raced the CBR 600. You know, bulletproof the thing was. You know, I didn't have when I was racing, I wasn't lucky enough to have a lot of money, so I didn't have a load of money to throw at the engine. But you know, my race bike was bulletproof. Perfect it was. Never let me down. And I won a championship on it in my first season. And over the years, the styling has varied. You know, they've, I won't say it's been the most sportiest of looking bikes. You know, the old CBR 600Fs, you know, I won't say excelled in anything in particular. But as a whole package, you know, it's always been one of the best 600s. In the 80s, Honda had an advertising slogan which said, "You meet the nicest people on a Honda." And I don't know if any of you remember that. That'd be showing your age if you do. Come on in your white Nissan in the wrong lane. Now what lane are you in then? You've just used all 3 lanes. So let's get down to legal speed. 70 mile an hour then. Yeah, sort of 5.5 and a bit thousand RPM. 70 mile an hour. And it's smooth, really comfortable. I feel no weight on my wrists at all, nothing at all. You know, there's enough blast at my chest to lift me off the bars. It's comfortable. You know, I'm 5'8". Okay, and as I said before, I've got a 30-inch inside leg, and I'm sitting on this, and I'm fine. No problems at all. Really comfortable for me. Sorry about this. I've got to adhere to the speed limits around town, so you know, it's the right thing to do. Don't be an idiot around towns, guys. Stick to the speed limits. When you get on the open road, you know, I mean, you take all your own risk, but if you're going to open it up, that's where you do it, not around towns. So there's some subtle differences from last year's bike. Okay, the ram air injection, you know, the air injection into the motor. You've got 2 scoops now on the side, as opposed to the one ram air underneath the headlight. Upside downers over last year's model. Better brakes. You know, I find no issue with this brake. The bike's nice and light, and I'm only using one finger, and it's enough to pull this thing to a good stop. But it's so smooth. Just flops in the corners, nice. So 4th gear, 40 mile an hour, we're just going to open up the throttle. I'll look up the inside and there's a car coming. Okay, nice little stubby side stand. It's a good looking bike, isn't it? I mean, there's nothing, you know, there's nothing you need to do to it. I like the extras. I like the seat hump. I do like that. Let's turn it off actually. Yeah, I like the seat hump. I like the black screen, and this is the carbon look tank pad, genuine Honda one. 7729 UK on the road price. You know, these things, these great big things come on every bike these days, don't they? So, you know, that's something you've got to get rid of. Well, I would have to get rid of. I don't like them myself. Get a nice little tail tidy for it. I love these little stumpy exhausts. 94 horsepower, 93, 94 horsepower. So you can buy this bike, and there isn't two versions or anything. You get the one bike. So you will go to your dealer as an A2 license holder, purchase that bike, and then you would have to give your dealer, I think it's £199 to get it restricted. Now it's just a plug-in computer restriction. Okay, and then obviously you do your 2 years with your A2, and then you give it back to your dealer. Give them another hour's labour, plug in the computer, push the buttons, and then it's de-restricted, and then you're back up to your 90 odd horsepower. There's a black one. I love the new styling. You know, it's almost Fireblade, isn't it? Almost Fireblade. Suspension, yeah, as I said, upside downers on this one as opposed to right way uppers on last year's model. Non-adjustable though. There's a preload step on the rear. So you can get your spanner in there and you can click it round if you've got somebody that jumps on the back. So the screen probably could do with being a little bit brighter in the daylight, but I can read it. You know, it's obviously got a gear indicator, the rev counter that runs around the side, fuel gauge, temperature gauge on the right, and obviously speed, how many miles the bike has done, and it's got a clock on it. Traction control, and you can turn that off by that one there. Just push and hold it down. Turns it off, but no rider modes, none of that. Let's finally adjust these mirrors. The mirrors are good. Mirrors are good. Yeah, gearbox is slick. Right, let's get tucked in. Oh. You can ride around like this all day. You know, I'm not uncomfortable at all. I could do a good couple hundred miles on this comfortably. One of my favourite corners ruined by a car. Oh. So out of all the bikes over the years and some of the styling cues that they've taken, you know, for me, I think the 2003-2004 CBR650R is the best looking 600 that Honda ever produced. I still think it's a great looking bike. You know, I like this one though. You know, I like the fact that they've managed to keep it sporty looking, because it's not easy. It's not easy, is it? You know, if you make something like super sporty looking, it then becomes uncomfortable. You know, your arse is in the air, the stretch of the bars is huge, the pegs are too high. So it's getting that compromise, and I think Honda have done well doing that. Okay, I do have a pet hate. I do have a pet hate, and it's a Honda thing. I don't like that Honda put the indicators where on every other bike the horn is. I don't like that. You know, I don't know why they're trying to be different with it. After years and years and years of riding a bike with the horn at the bottom, which is nearest to your thumb, and the indicators there, I don't know why Honda had insisted on being different about it. I thought he was just going to keep walking, that guy then. Now 6 gear, 4,000 RPM, opening the throttle. Don't need to change down, that's enough just to pull by. It's a bike that feels effortless, you know. Sometimes with 1000cc bikes you think, oh my god, this is too much. And with this, you can just keep it pinned. And that really is fun. I mean, it's fun when you scare yourself. on thousands, but if you're looking for a good place to start or a good bike to start on, I don't think you can go wrong with one of these. You know, this is sort of a real world test, isn't it? This is how you go up and down these roads. You know, there's cars in your way all the time. I'd say this is pretty much the perfect bike to get you started on, because you can learn, you can ride it, and it's easy to ride. It's easy to ride at slow speeds, and I'm pleasantly surprised at how good this is. No, I'm not pleasantly surprised. It's what I expected. You know, it is typically Honda, but that's a good thing. It's a good thing because, you know, every day you want to walk out to the bike, push the button, and it start. And that's something Hondas have been very good at for years. Yeah, so while we're sitting here in more traffic, yeah, check out my Instagram, guys, if you've got time. All that Kaiser Wilhelm. I'll put the links in the comments down below. Well, it looks like nothing is coming either way, does it? I think this is a rolling roadworks. So the reason why we held at this for so long is because they're shortening it at the other end. So they're picking up all the kit, moving it, and just holding the traffic. Yeah, like I said, they've shortened it. Alright, let's get it fired up. Oh, gearbox. Oh, see, touch the bloody horn. I mean, for somebody, you know, like me who rides, you know, big capacity machines, I do feel that it's low on power, or I won't say low, but you know, I do feel that it hasn't got any more than 100 horsepower. And the quick shifter's nice to have, but it's not necessary. It is nice, you know. I just went along that straight bit of road there, you know, right at the top end of the rev range, up through the box, and it's super slick. Right, so I'm nearly back at Blade. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. You know, I think I've summed up just about everything about the bike, really. You know, as a package, it's brilliant. You know, if you're new to my biking, it's the perfect package, to be honest. It's enough without being stupid. That's what I can say about this bike. So like I said, comments down below. Thanks for watching, everybody. Check out all my stuff, you know, Kaiser Wilhelm, Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. And I'll catch you guys soon.